If you are over 60 and your skin has recently begun to look thinner, duller, or more tired, even after a full night of sleep, do not assume that age is the only explanation. Some changes in mature skin are completely natural, but others may become more noticeable when your body is not receiving enough of the nutrients it needs to maintain, protect, and renew the skin. I am Dr. James Carter, and today I want to show you three essential vitamins that play very different roles in the appearance and health of your skin. One helps support the hidden structure beneath the surface. Another helps defend the protective barrier that keeps moisture from escaping. And the final vitamin supports the process that replaces older skin cells with newer ones. By the end of this video, you will understand what each vitamin does, which foods provide it, and how to avoid several common mistakes that may prevent you from seeing meaningful results. But first, consider what may have changed in your own skin. Perhaps the skin around your cheeks no longer appears as full as it once did. Maybe the lines beside your eyes remain visible long after you stop smiling. Your hands may feel rough only a few minutes after applying cream. Or you may have noticed that a small scrape takes longer to disappear than it did years ago. These changes usually do not happen all at once. They develop gradually as three important systems begin to slow down. First, the body becomes less efficient at producing and maintaining collagen, the protein framework that gives skin much of its support. Second, the outer protective barrier becomes weaker, allowing moisture to escape more easily and leaving the skin dry, tight, and fragile. Third, the natural cycle that removes older surface cells begins to move more slowly. This can make the skin look rough, uneven, and less radiant. No single vitamin can stop aging, and no food can erase decades of sun exposure. But giving your body the right nutritional support may help your skin continue performing the work it is still capable of doing. And the first vitamin on our list is involved in one of the most important processes of all: building the framework that helps prevent the skin from appearing thin and unsupported. Most people think of this nutrient only when they feel a cold coming on. But your skin depends on it every day. That nutrient is vitamin C. When people hear the word collagen, they often think of powders, expensive creams, or beauty treatments. But collagen is not simply a cosmetic trend. It is one of the main structural proteins found throughout your body, including within your skin. It helps create an internal support network that contributes to firmness, resilience, and strength. Think of this network as the cables beneath a suspension bridge. When those cables are strong and properly maintained, the surface above remains stable. But when the support gradually weakens, the structure may begin to sag and lose its original shape. Something similar happens inside mature skin. As the years pass, collagen production naturally slows. Existing collagen is also affected by sunlight, smoking, poor nutrition, and everyday environmental stress. This is one reason the skin may begin to look thinner around the cheeks, neck, and hands. It may also explain why expression lines remain visible for longer than they once did. However, your body does not completely stop making collagen after 60. The process continues, but it needs the correct materials and helpers to function efficiently. Vitamin C is one of the most important of those helpers. Your body uses vitamin C during several steps involved in normal collagen formation. Without enough of it, the collagen building process cannot operate as effectively. This does not mean that taking a large vitamin C supplement will suddenly remove wrinkles. It means that regularly meeting your nutritional needs gives the body a better foundation for maintaining and repairing tissue. Vitamin C also provides antioxidant protection. Every day, skin cells are exposed to unstable molecules produced by sunlight, pollution, inflammation, and normal metabolism. Over time, this oxidative stress can contribute to visible signs of aging. Vitamin C helps the body manage part of that stress while also supporting normal wound healing. You may have noticed that a small kitchen cut, scratch, or bruise takes longer to recover than it did when you were younger. Many factors can affect healing, but poor nutrition can make the process more difficult. There are three changes worth noticing: skin that appears to lose firmness quickly, minor injuries that heal unusually slowly, and a diet that contains very little fresh fruit or vegetables. These signs do not automatically prove that you have a vitamin deficiency. Only an appropriate medical evaluation can determine that. But they are good reasons to look more closely at what you eat. And this is where many people make a surprising mistake. They believe drinking an occasional glass of orange juice is enough. Yet vitamin C is found in many foods, and the way those foods are prepared can influence how much of the vitamin remains. In the next part, I will show you the best food sources and the common habits that may reduce their benefits. Now that you understand why vitamin C matters for collagen and tissue repair, the next question is simple. How can you get enough of it without making your diet complicated? Most people immediately think of oranges. Citrus fruits are useful sources, but they are only one option. Red bell peppers, kiwi, strawberries, guava, papaya, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts can all provide meaningful amounts of vitamin C. In fact, some of these foods may contain more vitamin C per serving than an orange. The real advantage is variety. Instead of depending on one glass of juice, try including different fruits and vegetables throughout the week. A kiwi with breakfast, sliced bell pepper with lunch, or a small portion of berries with yogurt can be easier to maintain than suddenly changing your entire diet. But there are several common mistakes that may reduce the benefit. The first is relying only on fruit juice. Juice may provide vitamin C, but whole fruit also contains fiber and is usually more filling. Many packaged juices also contain large amounts of sugar, so they should not automatically be treated as a health food. The second mistake is overcooking vegetables. Vitamin C is sensitive to heat and water. Boiling broccoli for a long time and then throwing away the cooking water may reduce the amount that remains. Light steaming, roasting for a shorter period, or eating appropriate vegetables raw can help preserve more of the nutrient. The third mistake is inconsistency. Your body does not store large amounts of vitamin C for future months. Eating a large quantity one day does not compensate for a diet that contains almost none during the rest of the week. The fourth mistake is assuming that a high-dose supplement must work better than food. More is not always better. Large doses may cause stomach discomfort or diarrhea, and they may not be appropriate for everyone. People with certain kidney conditions or those taking several medications should speak with a qualified health professional before using high-dose supplements. The goal is not to chase a miracle dose. The goal is to create a regular pattern your body can actually use. And remember, vitamin C does not replace sunscreen, moisturizer, protein, sleep, or medical care. It is one part of a larger system. Collagen may provide the skin with internal support, but that support will not solve every problem. If the outer surface cannot hold moisture, the skin may still feel rough, tight, and fragile. That brings us to the second vitamin, which works in a completely different way. Vitamin E. One of the most frustrating changes after 60 is applying moisturizer, only to feel dry again a short time later. Many people assume they simply need a thicker or more expensive cream, but sometimes the deeper issue is not how much moisture you put on the skin. It is how effectively the skin can keep that moisture from escaping. Your outer skin barrier is made of tightly arranged cells surrounded by natural fats. Think of it as a brick wall. The skin cells act like bricks, while the fats between them behave like mortar. When that mortar is strong, the wall remains sealed. When it becomes weak, small gaps appear and water escapes more easily. As we age, the skin often produces fewer of the natural oils that help maintain this barrier. Hot showers, harsh soaps, dry air, and frequent scrubbing can weaken it even further. The result may be skin that feels tight after washing, becomes itchy during cold weather, or develops rough patches on the arms, legs, and hands. Vitamin E supports this system in a different way from vitamin C. It is a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps protect cell membranes from oxidative damage. Because cell membranes contain fats, vitamin E is especially useful in helping defend these delicate structures. This does not mean vitamin E directly hydrates the skin like a moisturizer. It does not pour water into your cells, and it cannot erase established wrinkles. Its role is to support the environment in which skin cells function and to help protect the fats that form part of the skin's natural defense system. Useful dietary sources include almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, avocado, olive oil, spinach, and other leafy green vegetables. Because vitamin E is fat-soluble, it is generally absorbed along with dietary fat. That makes simple combinations useful. Vegetables with a small amount of olive oil, yogurt with nuts, or avocado added to a meal. However, supplements require caution. High-dose vitamin E is not automatically safer or more effective. It may interfere with blood clotting and can be unsuitable for people taking blood-thinning medication or preparing for surgery. Food sources are usually the most practical place to begin unless a clinician recommends otherwise. Vitamin C helps support the skin's internal framework. Vitamin E helps defend the cells and fats surrounding that framework. But even supported and protected skin can still appear dull if older surface cells remain in place for too long. The next vitamin helps guide the process of skin renewal, and it is one of the most powerful and misunderstood nutrients in mature skincare, vitamin A. So far, we've talked about supporting your skin from beneath the surface and protecting it from the outside. Now let's focus on something equally important, the skin's ability to renew itself. When we're younger, the outer layer of the skin replaces old cells at a relatively steady pace. Fresh cells gradually move upward while older cells are naturally shed away. As the years pass, however, that cycle begins to slow. Imagine a busy airport that once handled hundreds of flights every day. Planes continue arriving and departing, but the schedule is no longer as efficient as it used to be. Delays become more common, and everything moves a little more slowly. Something similar can happen within mature skin. Older surface cells remain in place longer, while newer cells take more time to reach the surface. As a result, the skin may begin to look rougher, less radiant, and more uneven than it did years earlier. This is where vitamin A becomes especially important. Vitamin A supports the normal growth and specialization of skin cells, helping the skin maintain its natural renewal process. It also contributes to healthy skin function and plays an important role in preserving the integrity of the outer skin layer. Although vitamin A cannot reverse decades of aging, maintaining adequate intake gives your skin the nutritional support it needs to continue renewing itself. Good dietary sources include eggs, dairy products, and liver in appropriate amounts. Orange and dark green vegetables such as carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, spinach, and kale contain beta-carotene, which the body can convert into vitamin A when needed. One point often causes confusion. Eating foods rich in vitamin A is not the same as applying retinol to the skin. Both are related, but they serve different purposes. A nutritious diet supports your body from the inside, while topical retinol works directly on the skin's surface through a different pathway. Another important fact is that your skin remembers years of accumulated exposure. Sunlight does not always create visible damage immediately. Sometimes the effects appear many years later as uneven pigmentation, rough texture, or fine lines. That is why maintaining healthy skin is rarely about one dramatic change. It is usually the result of many small decisions repeated consistently over time. But despite its impressive reputation, vitamin A has also created one of the biggest misunderstandings in skincare. Many people believe that if a little retinol is helpful, then using more must be even better. Unfortunately, that mistake often leads to irritation instead of improvement. Let's talk about how to use retinol wisely after the age of 60. Retinol has earned a strong reputation in skincare for good reason. When used appropriately, it has been studied extensively and may help improve the appearance of fine lines, uneven skin texture, and certain signs of sun damage over time. But the key phrase is, when used appropriately. The most common mistake is not choosing the wrong brand. It is expecting your skin to tolerate too much, too soon. Many people purchase a retinol product, apply a generous amount every night, and become discouraged after only a week because their skin becomes red, flaky, or uncomfortable. In reality, irritation is often a sign that the skin barrier is struggling to adapt. For mature skin, patience usually produces better results than intensity. Starting with 1 or 2 nights each week allows your skin time to adjust. If your skin remains comfortable after several weeks, frequency can be increased gradually. Another common mistake is using far more product than necessary. A thin, even layer is generally enough for the entire face. Applying extra product rarely speeds up improvement, but it often increases irritation. Many people also combine retinol with several strong exfoliating products at the same time. Harsh scrubs, strong acids, and multiple active ingredients may overwhelm already mature skin, making dryness and sensitivity much worse. Moisturizer also remains an important partner. Retinol is not a replacement for hydration. Supporting your skin barrier with a gentle moisturizer can help reduce dryness while allowing your skin to tolerate treatment more comfortably. And perhaps the most overlooked habit is skipping sunscreen. Retinol is commonly used during an evening skincare routine, but protecting your skin the following day is just as important. Daily sun protection helps reduce additional damage while allowing your long-term skincare efforts to be more effective. Finally, remember that retinol is not a race. Visible improvement usually develops gradually over several weeks or months, not overnight. Healthy-looking skin is often the result of consistency rather than perfection. At this point, we've covered the three essential vitamins that support mature skin in different ways. Now, the question becomes much simpler. How do you combine all of this into a practical daily routine without making skincare feel overwhelming? That's exactly what we'll put together in the final part. Now that we've covered vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin A, you may be wondering how to put everything together. The answer is not to create a complicated routine with 10 supplements and a shelf full of expensive products. For mature skin, simple habits performed consistently are usually more useful than an aggressive routine you cannot maintain. Begin with your diet. Try to include at least one reliable source of vitamin C each day. This might be berries with breakfast, bell peppers at lunch, or kiwi as a snack. Add foods that provide vitamin E several times throughout the week, such as almonds, sunflower seeds, avocado, leafy greens, or a small amount of olive oil with your meals. For vitamin A, include a variety of orange and dark green vegetables, along with other appropriate foods such as eggs or dairy products. You do not need to eat every one of these foods in a single day. Variety across the week is more realistic and helps provide your body with a broader range of nutrients. Next, keep your skincare routine gentle. In the morning, wash your face with lukewarm water and a mild cleanser if needed. Apply a moisturizer that feels comfortable on your skin, followed by broad-spectrum sunscreen. Sunscreen is not only for beach days. Exposure can accumulate while walking, driving, gardening, or sitting near a bright window. Protecting your skin from additional sun damage may be one of the most important steps you can take at any age. In the evening, cleanse gently and apply moisturizer. If you choose to use retinol, begin slowly, use only a small amount, and avoid introducing several strong products at the same time. Pay attention to how your skin responds. Mild dryness may occur when starting retinol, but persistent burning, swelling, severe redness, or cracking should not be ignored. Stop using the product and speak with a qualified healthcare professional or dermatologist. Also remember that not every change is cosmetic. A sore that does not heal, a mole that changes in size or color, unexplained bleeding, or a rapidly growing skin lesion deserves medical evaluation. Let me leave you with the most important message from this video. Vitamin C supports the framework beneath your skin. Vitamin E helps protect the barrier that prevents moisture loss. Vitamin A supports the renewal of skin cells. But none of them works alone. Nutrition, sun protection, gentle skin care, sleep, and consistency all contribute to how your skin functions over time. You cannot control every part of aging, but you can give your skin better support for the years ahead. If you found this information helpful, subscribe and share this video with someone who may benefit from it. And remember, healthy skin after 60 is not about looking 20 again. It is about protecting the skin you have and helping it remain comfortable, resilient, and healthy.